Oh, you don't even smile.
Didn't you hear your friends? Don't you know what I am?
Yeah. Guy eating rice. What's that?
It's a tree.
Oh. Never seen a tree before. It's pretty.
It's dead.
Now, who keeps a dead tree?
Hello, and welcome to episode 71 of Down to Watch. I am Kahmeela, and I am joined once again by my friend and lively co-host, Marcella.
Hello, everyone.
We are still talking
Too lively. Too lively.
We are still talking about Ryan Gosling and his filmography. We're almost done on this journey, and it's been interesting. It's been an interesting
It's been a roller coaster.
Yeah, it has been.
We're up, we're down, we're mad, a little sick.
I know. Some things have been pleasantly surprised by, but for the most part, like it's definitely been a whirlwind of emotions. Down to Watch can now be found on Anchor.fm and Spotify. And if you listen to the podcast on either one of those platforms, you are being like a really awesome supporter of the podcast. You can also do so by going to anchor.fm/down-to-watch/support, and you can choose between 99 cents, $4.99, or $9.99 per month to just be like an awesome, super duper advocate and supporter of the show. This podcast, there's always spoilers. Most of the time, though, the movies are extremely old and most people have already seen them, or you're coming back to re-watch them or something like that. So, I have in my notes that there's a new movie announcement, but I don't think that's correct. I think that's probably old stuff. We've already talked about the one movie that Ryan and Chris Evans, is going to be in?
I think so.
The Thirst Trap film. They're like FBI agents.
You know, we've been burned before.
Yeah.
We have been burned by his thirst traps before. So I'm not.
But
I'll wait for a trailer.
But I do have okay, so speaking of ridiculously long movies, Blade Runner 2049. Marcella, did you watch the Zack Snyder
I did. I watched it with
4
my mom.
hours? Are you fucking kidding me right now?
Yes, we watched it. We watched it all day yesterday.
Jeez.
We only took one break about midway through. And I posted on my personal Facebook page, I'm here for a 4-hour movie. Turns out it's just like binging a Netflix show.
I mean, I guess, but I guess that it just depends on the content, and I'm not really that into.
The reason I liked it, what Zack Snyder did was he put up cards that said part 1, and then there was a length of time, part 2, and then a length and there were 6 parts.
Okay.
So you could have stopped.
Gotcha, and then come back and revisit. Okay, that's digestible.
Yes.
And also, and also in a way, like this is kind of like a plus and a minus, I guess, for like with the theaters being closed down. Like now
watching it at home.
Right now, everybody's just like, well, we can make 4-hour movies.
Right.
Now.
Yeah. And I love it.
I don't know how I feel.
So if you saw the original Justice League, just real quick, because there is a connection because Jared Leto is in Justice League and he's in Blade Runner. So what Zack Snyder did was it was like he took his original concept and then he had a tragedy in his personal life and he had to step away. They hired Joss Whedon to come in, and Joss took what was already there and he finished it. Okay. In his view, and he fucked it up.
It was terrible.
We have all agreed that he's fucked it up. I don't hate it as much as the Gen Pop does, but that's just because I'm easily pleased. Like
stuff goes boom. We got superheroes. We got Jason Momoa.
Shirtless Jason Momoa. Check. I'm a happy girl. I'm good. But this was really good. It's really, really good. It is fully fleshed out. The story, the parts of the story that were missing are now there. I see why Ray Fisher was so pissed. Now, I know they did some reshoots. They gave him like $100 million to finish this movie, which doesn't really happen. Like,
Right?
how often are they like, oh, you didn't get to here, go ahead and vent. Go ahead. You go ahead. And everyone hated what he did. So you go ahead and maybe we'll make some money off of you.
Oh.
So I know they did reshoots. So I don't know how much of Ray Fisher stuff was done in reshoots as opposed to the original shooting and what Joss and all the allegations there.
Right.
But if it was all supposed to be in that one and he cut all that stuff out, I see why he was mad.
Right.
Because he is the heart of the film.
Really? Wow.
Yes. Like this, like, yeah. And so I will say that Joss's musical choices, not the score I have no problem with, but the actual like use of music was way better. I really hate all of the musical choices Zack Snyder made. They did, in particular, the Jason Momoa walking down the dock in the storm. I really hate the song he switched it to. It's a whole different vibe. It's
Gotcha.
just But Jared Leto gets a scene.
Was he in the original? I don't remember. He wasn't in the
He was
first
not in
one.
the original.
Okay, all right, that's what I thought.
No. But he does get a scene in this, which it's really out of place and weird. But I mean, it's Jared Leto.
Everything of Jared Leto was out of place and weird.
Right. And that's how I felt about him in Blade Runner, which...
Yeah. All right, so, I mean, you guys might be hearing my opinions, me being swayed right now on the whole watching it. Maybe I will give it the part one a whirl since it's broken up in nice chunks like that. I can see that. I can commit to
you can
part
even
one.
do it in 6 days.
Right. I can commit to part one. I can do that. And then we'll see where it goes from there. And also just, but I'm just like, wow, that's a lot of happening there. And especially seeing it as like, I couldn't get out of the first one fast enough. Like it was, I'm like, y'all want me to come back here for 4 more hours?
One thing I did appreciate was we did not have to look at Gal Gadot's ass. Like there were scenes in Joss Whedon's where it's framed around her butt cheeks.
Yeah, it's like, you sick son of a bitch.
Yeah, and it's just furthering all of the allegations against it. Like, what the fuck?
All right.
Why am I looking up her butt?
Unnecessary.
That's not in this one.
Okay, well, good. All right, so Blade Runner 2049, plot summary. Young Blade Runner K's discovery of a long-buried secret leads him to track down former Blade Runner Rick Deckard, who's been missing for 30 years. Directed by Denis Villeneuve, French guy. I didn't take French. Written by Hampton Fancher and Michael Green, starring Ryan Gosling, Jared Leto, Robin Wright Penn, Harrison Ford, Ana de Armas, Dave Bautista, and a bunch of other people, because this movie is 3 hours long.
Dear God. When I say I'm in for a 4-hour movie, I did not mean like this.
This is such a slow pace. So our history with this movie, first and foremost, I have tried to watch the original Blade Runner several times throughout my life, and I never make it fully through it. And I think the same happened for this one. My first time around, for whatever reason, I guess I was excited about Ryan, and I bought the damn thing on Vudu, and I never finished watching it. So, you know, there's that. And so, yeah, that's where my history lies on it.
So I saw the original Blade Runner growing up. It was always very strange to me. And then the original Blade Runner has like 5 different versions.
Right.
There's like a director's cut, a super director's cut, a grandmother's cut. There's like all these different versions of this movie. And at one point I tried to watch them all and realized with each and every cut, I liked the movie less and less. And I love Harrison Ford.
Right.
But this movie's just not great.
It's not.
So when this one came out, I was like, oh, fuck no. I am not. And they tried to get me. They were like, but you like Harrison Ford.
Right. Look, he's back.
Right. But you think Ryan Gosling's super hot.
Look how well lit he is. Look at these wonderful, these perfectly framed shots we have of him. Isn't he beautiful?
And look at Jared Leto. He has long hair. And it was like, wait, is he doing some kind of weird blind thing? And then I read his technique for doing his blind thing, and I was like, I am not watching this movie. That's it. And I vowed to never, like, I was like, no, I'm not watching this movie. And I hadn't seen it until we watched it
and
for
here
this.
we are. Oh my God. So yeah. So I mean, I started off very much like I don't want to watch this movie, but then like after a while I started to get into it, and I was surprised by that. And then I ran out of time. We were supposed to record this like 2 weeks ago, but I ran out of time. And watching it, and I still had like an hour and a half left. Like we were like 30 minutes out to record. And I was like, I can't do, like
Can't do it.
like I feel like and I was enjoying it, and I wanted to give it a fair shake, and I didn't want to just like I quit. I couldn't watch it. But then too much time passed, and me watching it, and to this morning, just now, a half hour ago, I finished watching.
Well, something very similar happened to me. Except I did finish it that prior to our other recording date. I really hated it at first. I was like, I don't want to watch this. I really don't want to. And about an hour into it, I was like, I still don't want to watch this, but I'm gonna get through it. And then it piqued my interest, and I started getting into it.
Right.
And then I fell asleep.
Yeah.
And then I had to watch the very end, 6 times.
Why'd you keep falling asleep?
I kept falling asleep. And I'd wake up right when the credits were rolling, and I was like, damn it. And that final time that I finally made it through and realized nothing happened, I was so mad.
Your subconscious was trying to protect you. It was like, you don't need to see this. Shut down.
Yes. Because I kept saying, did he say something? Oh, I was so mad.
Yeah, it was like I said, like and I was getting interested in what was going on. But then it's like, it's very clear. Like as soon as Harrison Ford shows up, nothing against Harrison Ford, because I think he's great in this film. But it's like,
looks great.
Yeah, but it turns into like, it's much less, it's much more for the Blade Runner fans. And the people who've like seen and loved the original one, because there's all these callbacks and like people that I'm like, I don't know what any of this means. Like I've seen enough of the original to get the gist, but it's just like I'm sure there are people creaming their jeans when like certain things happen or whatnot. But it just stopped being interesting to me. But the like the scenes with Ryan and Harrison, great.
Great.
Like they played well off of each other. I love the fight scene with the defunct casino. Yeah,
when he keeps sneaking around because he didn't want to hurt him. He's just, come on, man, I don't want to stop. All of the scenes with Ana de Campos, she's so damn adorable.
She is.
Like I just want to stick her in my pocket. She's so cute. Well, all but one of the scenes with her, because there was one scene I was like,
with the hooker,
this is wrong. Yes,
yeah.
I was like, this is weird and wrong.
So it's stuff like that. Like that scene lasted way too long. Like
way too long.
So there were so many scenes that were like literally like nobody would be talking, and we're just like watching somebody react slowly to something that they're thinking about. Like I just like
even worse than that. Every single time anyone went anywhere, it happened in real time.
Right.
Like, I felt like I was driving out to wherever Ryan was going in real time.
Right. We don't need the travel route. And nothing was happening. We don't need the travel route. Like we're just like he's sitting there checking maps and stuff. Like switching the radio stations. Like I know.
And that's my whole point with that is my biggest problem and point with this movie is it is an hour too long.
So much. Yeah.
There's too much setup.
Mm-hmm.
There's too much. What are they called? Like not location
establishing shots.
Yes, establishing shots. It's way too many.
And not to mention the teeny tiny text that would be like, "This is where we are." I'm like, I still don't know.
I can't even read that. And I'm basically sitting in the television,
like with my glasses on. Like I'm right here. I can't read it.
And then characters like, okay, Robin Wright Penn, badass.
Yeah, love her.
The hair was badass. The outfit was like, she was badass.
Yeah.
But then they basically were like, poop. You like her? Too bad. She did.
Right. What? Why? Why though? Why for?
Why? But why though?
Like we could have just not come back to her. Like I get it. Like she was trying to be helpful to Ryan by, giving him, or Kay, by giving him 48 hours to disappear, and like she couldn't help him hide whatever the fuck anymore. Like that's another thing. Like it took me I had to pull up a Wikipedia page to like, what the fuck is a replica? Because I didn't know exactly what we were getting at. Like I thought that they were androids for the longest time, but then he's bleeding throughout the thing, and I'm like, huh? And then they're talking about babies being had. I'm like, what?
You're like, how can a robot have a baby? What is it though?
And then I was so like, I'm assuming the moment where Jared Leto was Wallace is what his character name was birthing that replica from the pouch of ew. I'm assuming that was supposed to. Yeah, I'm assuming that was supposed to explain to me what it was, but I was so grossed out that I just I'm like, there's way too much plasma. Why?
And I kept thinking, how does it know to cover its privates? Because she was like, hey,
right.
Why's my shit hanging out? Like you were just born. You don't even know what that shit is.
Right.
Like
it's there's just
but
way
you
too
know enough that you're like, hey,
right.
I don't think you should see these.
So I think everything is just way too much in the air and abstract for me in most sci-fi films, which is why I just generally try to stay away from most of them. Ones like this where it's just like this whole new fucking world of, make believe, and I'm like, I don't get it.
Well, I had a she's all that moment in this movie when he thought he was special.
Oh,
I was like, you thought you were special, didn't you? Oh, that's cute. That's so sweet.
And that's the other thing. Like, okay, so these replicas, right? These replicas they're supposed to be devoid of emotion and feeling and stuff. And so is that another question that's brought upon us? Like, our emotions and feeling, is that something that we learn throughout life, and or all just basically kind of born devoid of it? Because when he thought he was special, like he had something that was driving him. He was like carrying on with something. And then, he's like talking to Harrison Ford, and he's talking to Deckard, and he's mad. He's upset. He's like that he like abandoned him as his son, and he's like, you didn't want to see your kid, and blah blah blah. And then they have a drink together, and he's starting to think that they're getting along, and blah blah blah. And then like when he goes and sees the one-eyed lady, and she's like, the girl, blah blah blah. He's like, what? Girl? No.
The one-eyed lady was like, you thought. You thought it was you? We all thought it was us.
All right. We all wanted to be us. It's like the lottery winner. Everybody wants to be the ones. Like, it's like, no, it's a girl.
And then it clicks in your head that the weird lady in the bubble he met puts herself in all of these memories. She made a comment about the best memory has a little bit of you in it.
Right.
And it's like...
And before I thought, and when they first introduced her, I thought that she was the one, but they kept talking about it was a boy. I was like, okay, I guess it's Kay. And he's just like, no, it was a boy. And she's like, I dressed her in blue. I know. I was there. I
cut her hair.
Right? Just calm down. It's not you. I'm very sure it's not you.
But the horse, I remember the horse. Shut up about the horse.
It's not you. You're not the one.
One of my favorite scenes is when drunk Robin Wright shows up to Kay's apartment and basically hits on him, and he has no clue.
It's like,
she was like, well, I tried.
Never mind.
I guess I'll go. You're an idiot.
It's like this whole replica thing. We didn't think it all the way through. This is...
No.
But Love, Wallace's hit woman or whatever, is that her name?
Oh,
Love?
yeah.
She was amazing. Like, she started off pretty bland and blasé, and then, she got a fucking mission. It's like, and she started handling shit.
She really did. And the way that she could have no emotion, and yet that tear would just fall.
Right.
Like, it was just like, whoa.
Yeah, she was that actress.
But of course, they had to put her out.
Yeah.
Had to have her get killed. Which, I was so confused by that whole water fight. I'm like, why are you fighting? Get out of that. Are you strapped to that thing? Get out of that
I was confused as to like where they were. Like, did y'all land in a lake, or was
Right.
this just
In the
really
ocean? What's
right? Is this
happening?
really just is it really bad weather? Like, is this thunderstorm like pooling now? Like, why is the water rising? What is happening? Why are we
Yeah.
here? This doesn't make
And
any
it was
sense.
really dark.
Yeah,
And it was pissing me off how dark it was. Like, if I have to start squinting and moving
right.
around, who is that? Like, what's happening?
It's like I can't tell who has the upper hand. I don't know what's happening. So yeah, Love was played by Sylvia Hoeks, which I
She
like
was great.
to give her like all of the props for what she did.
Outfits were killer. She whooped Ryan's ass for a second.
Yeah, she really got in there. And then the way like when she thinks she's bested him and she gives him that kiss, it's like, damn, all of y'all were just waiting to like try to fuck him like all this time, and then she just goes off with, "I'm the best one." I'm like,
yes. Yeah. I win. Me.
I need that on a shirt. Like, I'm the best one.
Uh-huh. She really, I mean, she kicks. I did not enjoy the moment where they brought back Sean Young's replicant.
Right.
That it was creepy.
Yeah.
It was super CGI'd. I did not enjoy it. I didn't like it at all. It was a stupid moment, and then it was a wasted. Like, I just don't understand why they did it.
It was very wasteful because there was nothing really was gained, and especially like anything. I couldn't tell you anything that Wallace was saying because it was just all droned on, and like the cadence that he was speaking
Jibba
in.
jabba.
Yeah, it's like I don't know what he was talking about at any point in time.
The sun and the stars will shine on the humanity, and this is what we will do. You don't like that?
What?
I don't even know what you're saying.
Are you reciting poetry?
Harrison Ford's whole thing was just like, what are you even talking about? I don't know you. I don't know what you want from me.
And then he's just like, her eyes were green. Can I go?
And if you guys don't know, he wore contact lenses. Jared Leto did.
Because Jared Leto.
Because it's Jared Leto. Mailing bullets to people. He wore special contact lenses that actually made him blind. He could not see through them. I guess it's better than Ben Affleck's smell the fart version of blind acting. Yes, let me just cross my eyes and that's not how you just put those sunglasses on.
Right.
And it's better than Kerry Washington's Fantastic Four blind acting.
Oh, I
where
forgot.
she just looks up.
I forgot she was in that.
And she just looks up all the time. Like, that's not what blind is. You just can't look up.
Right.
Or to the right. Like, that's
nobody even took the time to meet a blind person. Like,
right. So it's better. He really does come on. Like, you can it's fine. But
I mean, I wasn't even sure at one point, like, in this futuristic world, if he was actually supposed to be blind or if he was just, had creepy eyeballs. But
I think he intentionally blinded himself or something. I forget what the.
Yeah, no, he had the opaque. Lenses.
No, I mean the character. I think Wallace himself, like, because he has the nanobots that I think sometimes he can see.
That's what it was. Yeah.
So I don't. It's all
intentionally blinded himself. Oh God, there's always one. There's always something really off kilter in these damn sci-fi fucking flicks.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, I'm not one for like trying to dissect the meaning behind this film. I just know that I didn't get anything from it personally. It's beautifully shot. Once again, like, it looks very pretty. And a lot of the scenes and the shots and the scenery is awesome. But it's just not enough to keep my interest at all.
No, and there's that whole entire wasted section where Walking Dead's Morgan is like, fuck off! I can do what I want out in this weird place with all these kids. They said it's fine. You mind your business.
Like, I enjoy Lenny James a lot. Like, I really do. And I was like, oh, cool. This is not needed. We didn't need this at all. This whole thing could have been cut out. This is
you could have just deleted scene.
Right. This is something that would be explained with I found the orphanage and the records were gone. One line.
Right. That's it. That's all. We didn't need all of it. No. There's so many wasted talents in this movie.
Yeah.
I won't watch it again.
Oh no.
Mainly
No.
because I don't know what happened at the end.
I'm assuming he died.
Maybe.
And that, Harrison or Deckard now has a fucking, I don't know, he has a relationship with his daughter. Now they get to know each other. They go have ice cream. I don't know. Like,
Can she come out now? Or does she still have to stay in a damn bubble room?
And I don't.
What's the purpose of her being in that bubble room?
I don't remember who put her there or why or what the thing was. Obviously, I guess, the replicant protection allegiance or whatever, they dreamed that whole thing up. But what is the public reason as to why she's there and who she is? I don't know. But this movie, okay, so one of the interesting things that I found when digging around in the trivia is that David Bowie was the director's first choice for the role of Wallace. But unfortunately, he died before the start of shooting, which I would have really enjoyed to see David Bowie in that role.
Yeah. David Bowie didn't act as much as he should have because he was really good.
He was. And he was just like, a really interesting on-screen presence. Like his whole life, I'm assuming, was just like this sort of persona, but he's a very interesting dude. And for whatever, I just realized that he had 2 different color eyeballs.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. Like I just realized it.
Wow. That's really cool.
And one of the other things that I saw was that the first letter of the names of each of the wooden animals that Deckard carved in the movie, rhino, antelope, cat, horse, elephant, lion, spell Rachel.
Lame. So
he's still holding on to that for she was dead, right? So this whole thing, I don't know what happened at the end of the original Blade Runner. So he's been on the run because was he a replicant? Is that the thing?
There are questions as to whether he was or not.
Okay, so that's one of those things. It's just like, is he? Isn't he?
Did the top fall over or not? It's one of those.
So we don't know. And so he's been in hiding for 30 years and just by himself with that dog, that whiskey drinking dog.
Love that dog. I was more concerned about the dog than Deckard.
Me too. Like when everybody took off, and I'm like, well, what's he gonna do? Like he's just left there by himself. He doesn't have thumbs.
But y'all could have left me some whiskey. I mean, fuck you guys.
It's like
I'm alone in this dusty ass world.
Right.
Fine.
Take my one guy who was giving me food.
Right.
Whiskey and drinks.
It's not for me overall.
No.
And
I
love sci-fi movies. It's just Blade Runner. It's just not for me.
It's too long and too slow. Like not enough happens to justify that it's 3 hours long.
Yep.
Like and when it's so obvious, like you're watching this movie and just like, yep, that could have been cut. Yep, could have cut out this 15 minutes here, 20 minutes there. Like shave it down with your fucking these directors with their masturbatory visions of film.
I know. And if someone did cut it down to a reasonable hour and 15 minute, hour 30 minute, I bet it'd be great.
1 hour 30, like even 2 hours, I would be okay with. But 2:43, that's not. Nah,
it's too long.
That's doing way too much. So star rating between 1 and 5. This is the movie.
I'm gonna give it a 2. It's a 2 for me.
I'm gonna have to go with 3.
It's only getting a 2 because he does look really good.
Well, Ryan looks great in every scene in this film.
Every single, even when he's all bloody, he still looks really good. And
also, and a little extra bump for Harrison because he's always a delight to see on film. Like I'm never really
he was looking pretty tight too. Like I was like, damn, Harrison, you all slit trim.
Right. It's like I've never really been like, oh, Harrison Ford's in this movie, I want to see it. But it's always nice to see. It's like, oh, hey, buddy, what's going on? Welcome to the party.
I love his gruff voice and his, doesn't give a shit attitude in most of his product. You know,
right? That's his thing. It's just always just like, he's all gruff and weathered and just sick of it all. I'm sick of all of it. And
so I enjoyed him, but overall the rest of it gets knocked down.
Well, then plus like I said, the first half I was actually kind of enjoying it, and then it got into a more like, hey, remember this? And I'm like, I don't. because and Ryan, I will give Ryan a 3 also. It's he
I
wasn't
agree with that. I'll give him a 3 because he didn't add or anything or detract anything.
right.
He
Like
was just fine.
he was great there.
He needed to be devoid of emotion. He was.
Yeah, mission accomplished.
Mhm.
Like this
He did not have to put a lot of work in on this, I don't think.
No, I think probably
Physically, yes.
yeah. A lot of the fight scenes, like he was really, yeah, those fight scenes were great. Everything that he was doing, I was here for, like all of his fight scenes. Like that's
Especially with Batista. I was like, you're going up against Batista? You're crazy.
right. Oh, no. Oh, you got him.
No.
Okay, well.
Oh, okay. I call bullshit, but okay.
Only in the
You're
land
an
of
android. Wait,
oh.
but you're not what's a replicant again?
Right.
I don't care.
Right. That's that's where it all started. I was like, he's supposed to take out Batista. And then at some point, like I was like, oh, that's right, he's a robot. And then he starts to bleed. And I'm like, well, I don't even know what's real anymore. I don't know what's happening.
Because I'm like, but wait, Batista's one too. You're like 2 robots fighting each other. Wait, replicant,
Right.
android, T2. So you've got like a metal, like an endoskeleton. Is it like that? I don't care.
Right. And then the scene where old girl makes him food. And I'm like, he's eating? What are we doing?
Plus, there was a very, very tiny, wasteful black presence in this movie.
Ugh.
There's no major black
Was
character.
Lenny James the only one?
And the guy from Remember the Titans is a cop at the beginning,
That's right.
but it's like a split second.
Yeah, a real split.
Other
Yeah,
than that, it is a very white film.
it is. I mean, and I don't know what, like, if they want to just be like, oh, what about, I don't know what Dave Batista, what his origin is, or Ana de Armas, or like where she
Right.
comes from. And I know like Edward James almost was here for a second. But yeah, very white indeed. That's probably the only reason why Lenny's scene was kept in there. It's like, well, we have to have somebody.
Well, even at that orphanage, all those little kids, that was a lot of little white kids.
Right,
I don't
so-
remember seeing too many black and brown.
So what we're saying is the future is not very welcoming to those of color.
Nope. That's a Sliders version of the future for sure.
Yeah. So are we down to watch again? No.
Hell no.
I mean, it's one of those things that if you are having people over and just like a party atmosphere, it's cool to have in the background and not with the volume on. Just like
No,
just
not with
for,
the
like,
volume on. Like maybe for a campfire
Yeah.
and you're outside and you got a nice projector going.
Right.
Maybe
Right.
because it's visually pretty, but there's better.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. Like it's the last minute.
There's more entertaining.
Yeah. And where can
If
you
I
watch
came
it?
across it and it was on, I would change the channel.
Oh yeah, there's no way, never, like, never would stop and be like, nope, no, thank you.
Nope.
And where can you watch it? And HBO Max. It's freebie right now.
Yep.
The Bechdel test, does it pass? I don't think so.
I don't think so because I can remember the hooker talking to Anna,
Mm-hmm.
but they were talking about Kay.
Right.
And those are the only 2 women talking to each other in the entire movie.
Love
there's
and
the
Robin.
Love and at the beginning.
Right. Well, Love and Robin when Love comes to kill her.
Oh yeah, but they're still talking about Kay.
Right. Yeah. So nope, this does not pass that. Doesn't pass the
No.
Bechdel test for women or minorities or blacks, people
Or
of color.
yeah.
So the Gosling Gauge, does he sing or dance? No. There's
No.
zero joy in this character's world. Is his character in a tragic relationship? I guess with his people, his handlers.
No, it's super tragic. The relationship he has with Anna and the fact that she's not real, but she's the realest thing in his world. And then Love intentionally smashes her and she cannot be brought back.
Yeah.
Like, she knew going into that transportation device, if anything happened to her, that was going to be it.
Right.
It was like his favorite toy got broken. And that's why I think he had nothing to live for. His favorite toy was gone.
Yeah, that was it for him.
Yeah, he was just like, well, guess I'll die now. So So that was kind of sad. I felt bad when she smashed that.
It was.
And she did it. She didn't need to do it either.
No.
She did it on purpose.
She did it. And it was kind of like a ha after she did it too.
She like looked at him too, like, oh, this? Well, fuck this.
Like,
and fuck you.
It's like, I hope you enjoyed your product.
Better warm up that hand, buddy boy, because you
It's about to be alone. And
so that was tragic.
that was pretty terrible. Is his character eccentric? I mean, he's a fucking non-robot. Like, I don't know. I don't think it's
he's a replicant. He's devoid of everything.
Did he disappear into character? No.
Sadly,
I know it, right. Sadly, he did not. Ryan Gosling, the human being, did not disappear into this character of a replicant devoid of emotion and joy.
Sorry, Ryan.
Character smug level 1 to 5. Ooh, maybe this is like 3s all around. Like 3.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say maybe like a 3.5 because he had the attitude of, you're gonna lose and I'm gonna win.
Right,
Like
all the time.
Yeah, all the time. You showed up to Batista like, that's cute and all, but I'm gonna whoop your ass. I mean, I'm gonna sit here in your house while you're making some ramen.
Right? It's like, how rude. Didn't even get a chance to eat it.
No. So I'd say he's pretty smug. I'll give him a 3.5.
Yeah. All right, now everyone's favorite readings from the Book of Gosling of 100 Reasons to Love Ryan Gosling. Number 75. He says he isn't funny, but he clearly is. Just ask Carey Mulligan. He made her roar with laughter on the set of Drive, and she was heartbroken at the time. Though obviously anyone would get a failed romance with Shia LaBeouf if they spent 5 minutes with Ryan. Carey says that Ryan makes you laugh all day. Aw, hashtag lucky bitch. So wait, Carey Mulligan was in a relationship with Shia LaBeouf?
Ooh.
Shia.
He canceled now.
Yeah, like after, was it
He's super
FKA Twigs? Yeah. It's like, wow. It's like, it was always something. Like, there was,
and he was on such a redemption tour too. Like,
Right.
I kind of fell for him in that Hot Ones where he was eating hot wings, and he was talking about his life and how he grew up, and I was just like, oh, I want to put you in my pocket. And no more than a year later,
yeah, fuck it up. Like, there was always something about him. Like, I couldn't put my finger on it. I was like, I don't think I want to see, I don't, but then like I'd watch a movie and then be like, I guess he's all right. I guess he's fine.
Yeah.
But no, like, there was always something that's like, I don't think he can be trusted. He doesn't seem like he's right all there.
kind of like Army Hammer.
Dude, what in the entire hell?
Like,
Like, huh?
you were the internet's boyfriend. Like,
Right. What?
you want to eat people. This is
Why? Why would you let that come out of your mouth in public? Like, why would you?
that's stuff you say in private.
Right.
You don't put it in writing
Never.
anywhere. You don't even put it on a napkin.
No. Never.
What's wrong with you?
Like, you old like, that's privilege right there. No, that's some privilege. It's like,
Yeah.
I can say this and everybody will be cool with it. Everything should work out fine. Army.
Army. You going to jail,
I
actually.
can't, right, yeah, because there was something else came up out in, like, some sexual
Some
assault
lady
charges.
said he held her for 4 hours. And
See, yeah, and after that,
her.
other comments like, you know what? That tracks. Like,
Yep.
he sure did. Put him under the prison. I don't give a shit. Like, do it.
under the prison. You could build a new one and lay him in the foundation because that's fucked up. And I love how his wife was like, "Oh, we done." Like, he got caught because he sent a text to his wife accidentally. It's how dumb.
Wow.
How
Wow.
you
Wow. This man, like, are you on some sort of drugs? Like, should you
Right.
be? Like, if you're
Right.
not, this is.
So please don't let anything about
Wow.
Ryan come out because there is that little
Right, exactly. Because there would be
Tiny
that
little
something there that something he could say some bullshit about wanting to eat people, and in my
Uh-huh.
heart of hearts, I'd be like, Yeah, that seems right. I feel
Murder
like
by Numbers was a little too easy.
right. Like it comes out somewhere that he has murdered somebody or held somebody captive, and I'm just like, and I'd be like,
I'm not surprised anymore.
right, yeah, seems about right. Now I have to throw everything away. It's
Just like Jared Leto, you're gonna find something someday. I know it.
Oh God,
Buried behind the house or something. I feel it.
He's got a collection of something that nobody wants to know about.
He's got toes in his house.
Right.
Just jars of toes.
Right. And one of these days, somebody's going to be over there and he's going to be showing it off because he thinks it's normal or some fucking mystic bullshit.
I am not surprised by Hollywood anymore.
Nope. It's like, you know what? Y'all can fucking have it. Like, I don't even...
Right? I don't need it. I don't want it.
So number 76, he still can't believe people think he's hot. I'm not that good looking. I think I'm a pretty weird looking guy. Every role I got up until The Notebook was the weirdo, freak, psychopath, nerd, outsider, character guy. Seriously, guys, your lack of self-esteem is getting ridiculous. And he's actually right. There've been several times when I've just kind of just like looked at his face and just like, he's not like, it's not just about the look of him. It's everything that comes along with it. Like his sense of humor, the way he walks, the way he talks, and all that kind of stuff. Like, just
he's also a facial hair man.
Yeah.
A 5 o'clock shadow is perfect for him.
Mm-hmm.
Full on beard, I don't really like.
It's not the best.
It's too much.
Yeah.
His features are too delicate.
Yes.
For a full on man, it looks like a play beard.
Yeah.
But 5 o'clock shadow and a little bit of scruff takes him from bleh. 0 to hero.
Right. Exactly. Facial hair matters, people. It matters a great deal in a lot of men. Like there's very few men that can pull off just this completely naked face.
Right.
And
Henry Cavill can pull off a naked face.
Yeah. And there was somebody else that
he can also pull off a mustache. And I don't like mustaches.
Yeah, mustaches are very low on my you have to
porn, I always think of a porn star. Like they're so, and I think about stuff stuck in it, and
yeah,
I don't know why. It doesn't do it for me. But his stash in Mission Impossible, I was here for it.
Like mustache without a beard, yes, is not a good look. I forget what I was watching, but there was some dude. Oh, Elliot Stabler, the guy, Chris Milani. He looks great with a full beard and with a naked face. Like he is one of the few that can pull both looks off very well. Lassiter. Yes. Yep. Timothy.
I enjoy Lassie with a beard.
Yeah. Yeah, very much so. But also I like him without. So yeah, come for the Ryan commentary, stay for the beard discussion. The beard.
Yes. What is up next in our Ryan commentary?
Whoa, that is a good question. What is up next?
Please tell me it's not First Man.
We only have a few left on this journey. It is First Man, and that's the last one. First Man is the last one.
This is me watching First Man.
Yeah, that seems about right. Seems about right.
And he's playing Neil Armstrong. Like, dude, if you get to play Neil Armstrong,
can we do a little more? Like, it's just, I don't know. I just also kind of feel like that story has like been done to death. Like, we get it.
I get it.
I
know what happened. It was on live TV.
Right. We know.
And guess what? We didn't care.
I still don't care.
Okay. I wasn't even born.
It's just whatever. So yes, all right. So next time you join us for our conclusion of Ryan Gosling's Hey Girl edition of Down to Watch, where we talk about First Man. You can subscribe, follow,
and if you've liked it,
tell us why.
Have a suggestion for future Hey Girl editions.
Yeah.
Let us know.
We're on Twitter under I Wish I Knew.
Find it yourself.
I don't know. Look.
Put in the effort.
Okay, yes. If you have any other suggestions, you can let us know by tweeting us at down_watch. And you can also send an email to downtowatchpodcast@gmail.com. So subscribe, follow, like us on anchor.fm and Spotify. And until next time.